everyone. Welcome back to the Yellow Fellas podcast. I'm your host for today, Aaron Choi. Today, I'm joined by Robert L., Darren Ich, and Safi Saleem, as well as two very special guests with us today. We got Kyle Cantiller and Angkor Heng. Welcome, guys. Thanks so much for coming.
Hello, Aaron. How are you doing tonight?
Thank you for
inviting us, Aaron. How are you doing tonight?
Dude, I'm doing great. So today we were planning on talking about extracurricular activities. Before coronavirus happened, all of us like going outside a lot. Like Darren, Safi, and Robert, they like doing tennis and other sports. Yeah. Where Safi, Kyle, Angkor, and we all like doing aquatic sports. We are very avid swimmers, but because of coronavirus, we have those opportunities taken away. It sucks, but because we missed those times, missing those times of painful practices and a very eventful meets, we just wanted to sort of reminisce on those times, just remembering what it was like back then throughout
How do you feel about clubs? We were talking about sports, but we were also talking about extracurriculars. What about like clubs? Like, were you guys in any clubs?
Yeah,
Club
actually.
Ed, best club.
Yo, Kyle, you want to tell them about our club?
Our best club in the campus, Mindfulness Club. That honestly, like, I'm gonna be for real, even though like a lot of people think it's kind of like dumb, but like I'm gonna be honest, like, especially considering like the situation we're in right now, like mindfulness has really helped me out. So like, that club's like really helpful. It's kind of sad to see that, like, because we're in like the coronavirus situation that we are in right now, that the club numbers have been kind of dying down. But we hope that, like, people continue to stay mindful.
You want to explain what it is for the people listening?
Oh yes, Mindfulness Club. We basically, like, to sum it up, we're just trying to help kids be able to live their day mindfully and stress-free.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why we have this club is because, like Kyle said, especially in high school, a lot of us are going through a lot, maybe because of homework or just something related at home, or something that's going bad at home. We just want to spread the message that mindfulness is important, and it's important to be aware of not only what's going on currently, but what you can do moving forward in order to preserve a mindful state, just to be mentally healthy and not being too stressed.
How do you guys feel about the clubs at our school? I think personally, I think they're like okay. There's the generic ones, but I feel like most of them are pretty well. It's also because most of the clubs, especially only the big ones like Key Club, like a lot of the volunteering ones, those are the popular ones. I feel like other than that though, all the other clubs are more for fun, like just a group of friends that just wanted to make a club instead of people who are actually
Are we talking like clubs in general, or like clubs like in terms of like
clubs in general?
I agree with her. I totally agree with Robert. There's a lot of clubs that take it seriously, and there's others that like just like have a sense of community.
I mean, like you just said, a sense of community. Like, a lot of people, they go into clubs expecting a lot, but then when you really think about it, clubs is just to like find people who have the same interests as you. There isn't really anything big. I mean, this is all student ran, except for like the volunteer clubs, but then you already expect something bigger of those clubs, like Key Club or Club Ed. Whereas if you're going into like art club, or you're going into like something like art club, or like
Smash Bros club. The Smash Bros club. Yeah, stuff like that.
There's not much to get out of that. You're just going in there because you want to look for other people who have the same interests as you.
I honestly thought when going into high school, I'd be like, oh wow, yeah, I'm so excited for clubs. They're gonna define who I am in my like high school life. I've been in like 3 clubs in my entire 3 years. They're there, but I feel like a lot of them are. Like, I don't know.
I agree.
Most people just leave after the first meeting.
Yeah, like after
usually,
club rush.
First meeting, there's like, oh, we'll give you free food on the first meeting, and they all go to the first meeting, and after that, everybody just
After that, they just did.
I think it's like
minus 20 members right away.
I think it's because like everyone already has like their own like sense of community. They already have like their own sense of like they already have their own like group of friends. It's like there's no use in trying to like people don't care about like joining these other clubs because it's like I already have these group of friends who have the same exact interest in me, and it's not just one interest, it's multiple interests. So like why would I need to join the club? And like I'm not saying this to like offend anyone because I personally agree with like a lot of those statements that I'm saying too.
Yeah, like what is it? It's just a lot of that. Like they do a lot to advertise, but then at the end of the day, I feel like most of the clubs, they don't do a very good job of planning ahead, because what you're supposed to do is not only advertise in the beginning in order to bring in people, but you need to plan further ahead in order to preserve that that club member count, and I don't think they think about that too much in the beginning because they're so set on advertising.
The thing I do like our school does though is the club rush. If you don't know what club rush is, basically no, some people don't. But like just in case you didn't know, it's there's like a week or like a couple days near the beginning of the year where all the clubs set up stalls and booths, advertising their clubs basically. For anyone who wants to join a new club, you can walk around during lunch to see the stalls, see what they're offering. It's good to see like what our school has in terms of like clubs offering. But like going back to that, walking around, it's nice and all, but it's just it kind of shows that like the diversity, it's there, but it's very, I wish it was a bit bigger. Like I thought I would wish we have like more.
I think we have a lot of clubs.
Oh, we do have a lot of clubs.
Like they build up the hype that makes it seem like, oh, like there's gonna be clubs covering like the entire campus, but in reality, it's just center ice.
No, and even that though, it's like when I first applied to the school, like before I started freshman year, if you go to I didn't even know if this was updated or not, but if you go to the school website and you look at the clubs, there was like so many clubs. I was like, oh my god, there's like so many clubs I'd be interested in. Like there was a lot of other sports clubs like ping pong, like like smaller sports that don't necessarily have like school sports, but they're for fun. There was others like on the other hobbies, like there was like coding club. There was like I don't know, like cardistry or something. Cardistry is like cards. There was like a bunch of like small stuff like that, and I thought, oh wow, there's so many clubs that I'd be interested in. And then when I joined freshman year, most of them, there was like 30 to 40 clubs, but like advertised on the school website there was like 60. I don't know if it's still there, but it's just like, I don't know, it's pretty disappointing, I guess.
It's probably still there, but then there probably isn't that much popularity within the school. Like they put that on the front page of the directory just to show like, oh, we have this many clubs, so it provides many opportunities. But then when you really look at it, a lot of them are pretty small. A lot of them don't have as much exposure in terms of the school.
Oh no, they updated it. I'm looking at it. They did update it, but like if you look at it, it's not much. Cause like, okay, I'm gonna read a couple, like a helping hand, best buddies, bet on better,
Bet on better. I've never heard
like I haven't heard a lot of these as well, but like helping our youth, like I named 5 and I've only scrolled through like say like 15, and those are all like, I would guess, volunteering clubs, which a lot of them, I mean, I'm not gonna like blame them. Volunteering is a good thing, but it's like I wish we had a bit more like
like what is it, rather than just the volunteering clubs being like the established clubs. I wish there were more.
Yeah, the volunteering clubs are so established now. It's like they're the only ones getting, like, no offense to any of the volunteering members or volunteer club members, but like you guys are like in the established clubs. There's a whole bunch of like other smaller clubs too.
Yeah, there are other clubs. I mean, yeah, volunteer clubs gets you hours, but then there are other clubs that can be enriching, It sucks. But then on the other hand, what is it? Not just clubs, but then our schools programs, band or just any of the sports, they're They're really good.
I would say the sports on the other hand are actually done a lot better. It's also
sports
just
are
because our school is a lot more sports oriented. We're known for our basketball, football,
and our band.
Definitely
Definitely basketball.
Drama. I feel like our sports are a lot more well developed, but of course there are some that get more funding than others. I'm not gonna like.
Yeah, we're not gonna call any of them out, but it happens. It happens, you know?
So talking about sport, how do you? 'Cause you guys are in swim. How's your schedule different from like not being in swim now compared to like being in swim during school?
Oh my God, I just like to
Yo,
say there's,
yo,
like, so
Angkor,
much
you
more
want-
free time.
Wait, like how?
Like,
Yeah, go.
yeah. But like, there's so much more free time. It's like we have 2.5 hours of practice. Sometimes like after school too, we'd have to go to like meets, and we wouldn't get home until like 5, 6 o'clock. And like, we just have so much more time. Yeah, sometimes even 8. Like,
Often 8. It's very often like 8.
Usually when it's a meet, it's 8 o'clock. We don't still get home till.
I know.
I mean,
what is it, Angkor? What do you do now? Like, now that swim is like out of your schedule.
Well, now that swim's out, I basically just like I play games or just watch anime most of the time.
What games you been
took up
playing?
a lot of Siege. I got
You got Rainbow Six
Genshin
Siege.
Impact.
Okay.
Yeah, Rainbow Six
Don't
Siege.
I
forget
like
about
that.
Destiny.
Yeah, what
man.
rank
Don't
are
forget
you?
about Destiny.
Rank 44.
Yo!
On the grind.
Yeah.
Not like platinum.
But-
Yeah, but you guys have a lot. You guys have a lot of like free time on your hands.
We have
Honestly-
so much free
honestly-
time after swim.
Honestly, this year compared to last year, I have so much more free time. Like,
I
it's not
know,
even
it's-
funny.
Yeah.
like swim, it took up so much of our time, which is why a lot of colleges athletes who do swim, because if you do swim, you need to manage your time very well. Like, what is
It's
it?
just
We
sports
have
in
we have
general.
yeah, sports in general, but then what is it, like swim, like what is it, after school ends at like 2:20. We go on deck and then we swim until 5:30. If we have a meet, like Kyle said, we're gonna be staying there until like 8, and we're gonna be coming home around like 8:30, or
Yeah,
maybe
And also-
later,
And also
maybe
just
later,
think about
maybe
it.
earlier.
Think about it too. It's swim. You know how tiring that is.
Yeah,
It's like,
I understand that. That makes
Like you get so fatigued after swim practice, but like you still have to do your homework.
How do you do your homework after like 8:30? Like, aren't you?
You,
like,
you just
wanting to
count
sleep?
through.
You're
No,
just-
no,
you
no.
just have to.
Actually, huh?
Oh, you
Angkor,
go
yeah,
on
go
for
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I like my schedule. I kind of like as soon as I get home, I don't even take a shower. Sometimes I just take a nap right away, and then wake up and then get the work done. Get the work done, and then go
That's
right
tough.
back to sleep.
I mean, do you guys
It's a
still
lot.
practice? I mean, like, yeah, like, do you guys still go out every once in a while to try and keep that schedule, or do you guys just
What do you mean
Not-
try and keep that
like
schedule?
do you guys have you ever like been out recently, like gone out of your way and like swam to like
Oh,
keep
yeah.
up your
The whole
bodies?
lockdown, the whole lockdown I've been swimming at the YMCA. I've been practicing. I've been making an effort to keep that just stay in shape, because I never know when swim's gonna start again,
Kyle,
and I
Angkor?
still need to go.
Well, see, I like Aaron's given me that offer so many times, but I gladly would, considering I used to swim at the Y, but like my parents wouldn't let me. So I try to go outside and run every once in a while, but like that's like the most I'm getting for physical activity, to be honest with you. Either that or hanging out with my family and like walking around wherever we go.
Angkor, have you?
For me personally, like I live in an apartment, so I got that apartment pool. But like they also kind of restrict the stuff and stuff like that too. So it's kind of like hard. But I've done like swimming a couple of times, like maybe for like 2 hours or something like that.
Oh, that's good.
Oh well, speaking of
Yeah.
like tennis and stuff, like I compared to you guys, our schedule is definitely not as packed. We still have practice, but we don't get home as late as you guys. We usually get home at like 6. Yeah, like 6:30. Well, I live close. Oh yeah, like 5:30. I live close to school. And when we had games, even when we had games, we'd get home at like 6. It honestly depends, because there's like tiebreakers and stuff. So it depends, but like we'd get home at like 6:37ish. Sometimes it'd be very late, but I
So
don't
you're
know.
still able to manage your time.
Yeah, we
pretty well,
have
right?
we have a bit more time than you guys. And like I do feel bad for you guys because you guys do
don't
put
feel
in,
bad at all.
you guys put a
feel
lot more
bad.
compared to tennis. Like
The
I'll
thing-
be honest.
The thing
know how
is
y'all
that
do
Don't feel
that.
bad.
the thing is that swim, it requires so much sacrifice, but it's worth it. It's so worth it.
Yeah,
Number
swim
one,
is so demanding.
No, the swim is very demanding, both physically and mentally. But at the end of the day, it is so worth it. One, you can eat whatever you want and stay in shape. You can eat whatever you want. Like I will eat 3 brownies one day, and nothing will happen to me. I might get tired.
Wait, quick story about eating. That one time when one of our teammates' moms brought Costco. Keep in mind, it's Costco pizza.
The pizza,
to, like
the
our
pizza.
swim meet. I had 3 of those, and like I slept
Bro.
right after I got home from practice. I woke up
So
like the
crazy.
following morning. I lost like 3 pounds.
God.
It's crazy.
Yeah, going back to what I was saying, it's not just staying in shape, but then what is it? It feels good after you swim. Like even though like we complain about practice, like oh my god, we did the same thing yesterday. Why is this so physically demanding? It's like once you go in the shower, take a hot steaming shower, come out, it feels so good. It feels so
feel
good.
like
And
Oh, okay. You
Yeah,
can
go.
finish that first.
no,
Oh,
go
okay.
ahead.
I was saying, like, also, like, I feel like the sense of accomplishment that you did something hard and like work for it too, kind of like plays into the factor that you want to keep going back and not quit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, you guys have like a full body workout. Tennis is a lot more lower body,
Yeah.
kind
Mhm.
of like core-ish. But with us, it's kind of well, at least you guys actually like. I'm not trying to like. I'm not trying to
I
be.
feel like
I'm-
tennis is like super super reliant on hand-eye coordination.
Oh
also.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say at least you guys represent, our school. If you watch your tennis games, I'm not gonna say we're a joke, but like we're not the best. We could be a lot better. But
Robert, you need to carry them, man. You too,
Yeah,
Safi and Darren.
you,
Ah,
you-
dude.
I don't think,
Carry
I don't think
Hey,
you
dude,
realize
double.
it's hard to carry.
Matthew Chio is our carry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if one person can't carry the whole team, it's,
Yeah, you can't carry because it's a collective point effort.
Yeah.
So like
Never
even,
say you can't.
no, you
right?
can't. It's impossible
No,
because
it's, like,
even if you win
impossible.
all 3 games, you need to win.
every
You
like
have
You
to
see
win
this,
at least
ladies and
10 out of 18 games. If you can only play a maximum of 3 games, so even if you win 3 games, you can still lose the next 15.
You see this, ladies and gentlemen, Robert out here is not being very mindful.
No, I feel
So you
like
see,
it's kind of like
mindfulness club plug, Robert. You should join mindfulness club. You're not being very mindful.
Uncle, what were you saying?
Oh yeah, Encore.
I said, like the way from what I'm hearing, the tennis point thing kind of works like swim. Like if one person in the team is good, it doesn't matter like for the whole team to win. It's like a collective point system too. Like everybody has to keep winning.
No,
or
but
to,
you
like,
guys
the
win.
points
Like if you get
No,
first
no,
place in a race, though, it's different.
No,
though, 'cause-
Robert, because each race, like it has its own amount. Like let's just say that it has its own amount of points, and each swimmer could only have a maximum of 4 events with 2 individuals and 2 relays.
Mhm.
So like let's say like you're two individuals. Like let's say the highest score, you get the highest scoring like events, and like but yet your entire team is like still lacking. You're still not gonna carry the team,
Yeah, they limit you kind of.
I guess. So applying my logic, you can't really carry both in swim and tennis. I don't know. It's a team effort. I don't know. Darren, I mean, well, me and Darren and my other friend, we usually we usually play every week, every Friday at the tennis courts, but recently we've been stopping.
Been lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Been
and we
tired.
also
I was
we've
with
had
them as well.
we've had
Oh, we-
podcasting as well. We've
Yeah.
had to do this, but usually we'd go and practice. Safi, have you been?
I've been on and off practice.
Safi came
Hard.
sometimes. Safi came like one.
Yeah?
one or two.
I
I drove
came
you
like
guys, remember?
I came
Yeah.
every Friday
Yeah,
with
yeah,
them,
yeah.
but I wasn't even doing anything. I was just going there to like hang out.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's more of I kind of want to go out because I don't usually go out to exercise. Like even if I do go out, it's like not for the sake of exercising. I would say I rarely exercise, especially during quarantine, and that was the only form of exercise I kind of got because I don't really do anything. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of sit around and like
Yeah.
chill at home. I mean, it's hard to. I mean, I could like. Work
It's
at
hard to
home.
get motivated.
I could work at home, but like that's like.
Too much.
That's too much work, dude.
The motivation kind
I don't know.
of lacks.
I don't. It's because it's also just because going out with friends. It's kind of like you exercise without like
Without
you-
noticing
yeah,
it,
it's
really.
like subconsciously, you know, you kind of just do it because it's fun. Rather, like I play tennis. Not well. I do enjoy the sport, but I also play tennis because my friends play it, so I enjoy playing with them. So it's kind of like adds to the experience, you know.
Mhm.
I don't know. Quarantine's been in terms of exercise.
Dude,
Been a roller
I
coaster.
it's been a rolling. I miss meets so much. I miss meets. Oh yeah. So for the non-swimmers out there or the non-track people out there, meets are essentially just races. Meets are a collective amount of races.
What did you like most about the swim meets?
Oh my god.
Oh, the yelling.
There's so much. The yelling. All right, so
The coach is yelling.
Kyle, Angkor, and I we usually hang out with a group with other people as well. And what we do is that whenever one of us are in the pool racing, we all collectively go in that same lane they're racing in, and we just scream at them. We just cheer them on. And that's one of the things I like about swim. You know, it's the team. It's the collective team effort. You know, like. Yeah, we're not swimming then, but then we're still cheering them on, and that's what I love.
You
about
guys hear them in
games.
the water?
Yeah, sometimes,
Yeah, you
sometimes.
do.
Like even though it's like super muffled, you can still hear them, or even then you can still like see them as you're like trying to turn around, to go the other way.
I don't know, because I've always thought that like even like no matter how like hard I cheer them on, like it's like what if they don't even hear me? You know?
No, they.
Oh no, it's just that it's just that
Nah,
sense
you
of like
can hear.
cheering on your friend.
I
that's, like,
did
there.
enjoy going to your swim meets though. They're fun to watch, especially late at night. It's just like a bunch of people watching, like cheering on your friends. I don't know. It's just a fun time. Oh,
Going.
but the thing I do want to mention though is those, the like the food, like the snack stall at your swim meets.
Yeah.
That stuff is way overpriced. Like that's like movie theater like scam.
I mean
level.
that's how to teach, and that's how we receive
how we
funding.
get our
That's how we
funding.
do our thing.
Yeah.
Yup.
That's how we
I
get
don't
our
think-
funding.
But I don't
man.
think. I think the aquatic teams, they don't get like main funding from the school. They have like their own little set booster.
they do
kind of
not
thing,
get enough
where it's like
money.
they
we don't,
yeah,
we
so,
don't
like,
get
we
any
kinda,
as
like,
well.
get most of our funding. from
Our
stuff.
coaches
yeah.
still buy all the tennis balls.
That sucks.
Poverty, dude.
Why are you laughing about that?
Yeah, it sucks, but whatever. I mean,
Going back to what you were saying, what is it? About what was my favorite time about the meets. It was just spending time with my friends. I mean, yes, the race is important, and when you come out after doing the race, you feel good, you feel strong and weak simultaneously. But then just hanging out with your friends, resting, waiting for your next race, it's a lot of fun just talking to them. I remember one time. This is more prevalent in freshman year, but we have this friend. I'm not gonna say her name, but Kyle and Angkor and I, and our group, we tried doing this thing where we tried to like find her a boyfriend.
We got this one guy from like Rancho, I think.
Yeah, we got this one guy.
Right.
From
He was a
Rancho,
senior. Wasn't
one
he a
guy-
senior?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
was a
was
junior
a
at that
junior
time.
back then. He's
Yeah,
graduated.
yo, Angkor, you wanna tell you wanna tell the audience
I
what
would
we
love
did?
to. That story is such a like memorable story. So like I don't know, we were just walking around. I think me and Aaron by ourselves were walking around. Like we're just looking around. Then that person, our friend, she was like, oh, that guy right there, he's pretty cute. So me and Aaron is like, okay, say less, and we just walk up to him and say, hey, our friend thinks you're pretty cute. Come on, come on.
But you know what happened?
And then
his girlfriend comes, and he's like, who wants to date
That
my
one.
mans? And we're like, oh, that girl over there.
yeah.
And then she's like, oh, this is my boyfriend. We're dating, and Angkor and I, or like, oh, all right, that's cool. So we just walk away.
It was hilarious.
It was
That-
so,
that
and we
was
and we did
actually
that for the
really
rest
good.
of the year. Whatever school
Yep.
we went to, like when we're doing away meets, we just did that. We tried seeing
Yep.
like a cute guy, and we'd see like would this guy match up well with our friend. And yeah, we did it at like Upland. We did it at Rancho. Rancho
Was a
she's-
defining moment.
Rancho was the defining moment. She saw this guy and she was like, "Oh my god, he's so cute." So Angkor and I, we do our thing, right? So I went over to him, and I'm like, "Yo, are you looking to date anyone?" And he's like, "What? Why? See that girl over there? She kind of thinks you're cute." And they exchanged Instagrams with each other. I think they talked for a little bit. But
Dude, hook up, man.
I don't know what happened after that. I do know that was in freshman year, by the way. But then in sophomore year, while I was in water polo, he was in water polo as well. We had Rancho Cucamonga coming to our school for a home meet, and because of that, our friend heard, and she's like, "Yo, does that mean that guy is going to be there as well? Because he does swim and water polo." And I'm like, "Yeah, probably he might be there." He came, and I don't know what she did. I think they talked, but yeah, that was eventful. Oh my god,
I wanted to also talk about competing. Safi, have you done any sports before tennis?
Me before tennis? Yeah, like basketball in like 4th, 3rd grade.
Okay, but this is like the first time you've actually like competed for school, right?
Yeah.
How is this like? Cause yeah, you joined the tennis team last year, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. First time.
How is it competing for the first time?
It was different. So like the first school we went against were really bad. So I thought I was like, oh, I'm really good, right? And then the second school absolutely destroyed us. Like I didn't even know, like falling and just I had never seen anything like that. My confidence got shattered. Like, it was so sad.
Oh, that was
And
like
the
me,
coaches-
Robert, and Justin our first year too.
Yeah, but
that's
yeah,
high
that-
school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we beat Cheetah, or I'm pretty sure it's Chino high school.
Yeah, it's Chino, yeah.
Dude, we beat them. We're like, oh my, this sport is so easy. Like, what the heck?
And then we went against Roland Heights.
And we're like,
Yeah, we went against Roland Heights. We were like, damn, why are they all like 6 feet tall? Damn,
It's
why are they
actually
all...
hard.
We were like, damn, what the heck, dude? This is like unfair, dude. They're towering over us. Yeah.
Okay, no offense to you guys, but then just thinking about like tall figures like Titans playing tennis, that seems odd. That seems weird.
Well, don't you think of it like pro players? Like, think
I
of
mean,
it like
even pro players, they don't like, what is it?
They seem your
Like
they seem like your
basketball,
average
like-
they seem like your average 5'8" dude, you know.
Wait, I don't,
Yeah,
okay,
like-
I don't think you've seen any like pro tennis players. Most of the pro tennis players, that like males, for instance, they're all European, and they're all really tall.
I know.
Yeah.
But then the thing is that what is it? I think like especially in our school, we're used to seeing like what is it? Football players, basketball players, what is it? And they're like freaking giants. They're like titans. Whereas if you see like the tennis people, and on TV as well, like if you see the basketball players, the football players, they're massive. They're giants. But then when you think about tennis, you know, again, no offense, but then you don't get like that same sort of
scrawny kid sport. Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, I understand. It's you know, like when I go up to someone and be like, hey yo, I play for the tennis team, you know, like I die a bit inside, because I mean it's not like I'm not like I'm scared of being like, I play for the team. It's just that it's like it's not a sport that you should be like,
it's a little
hey yo, I play for the tennis team. It's not something like, hey yo, I'm on the basketball team, so like put some respect on my name. It's like if you say you're on the tennis team, it's just like, okay, nerd, like, okay.
I feel it's the same with swim as well. I think like swim is very physically demanding, possibly more than a lot of the main sports. But then what is it? I feel that like tennis, like if we were to go up to someone and say like, yo, I'm on the swim team, like put some respect on my name, I don't think we don't get that same sort of admiration as baseball players, basketball players, football players, you know, just because
the more you actually talk to people about swim, the more they understand how physically demanding it is, and the more respect you get for it. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, it's like oh yeah, it's like, you know, swim isn't like necessarily like those like top tier sports like you know, football and basketball and baseball, like all those well-known sports. But like I feel like the fact that like it's so like that it's not as well known like doesn't like give us like, or it doesn't like portray that kind of like physical demand, you know. It's like people their standards are based off like the well-known sports, you know.
Yeah, I think it's because like sports such as football, basketball, baseball, when they build their bodies, when they build up their bodies, they're building up mass, because they kind of require mass. Like all of them require agility, don't get me wrong, but then like sports like football, they're building muscle. Whereas in swim, yes, you are building muscle, but a lot of what we do, you're burning off calories. And that's why a lot of us tend to be very skinny.
You know what sport I want our school to have? Because I've always liked this. I want ultimate frisbee at our school. Like,
that's a good idea.
Ultimate frisbee is so fun. Like,
I'm godly at frisbee.
I wouldn't join it, but that sounds like such a good idea.
Like,
I would love to join frisbee.
Like, I don't know why ultimate frisbee isn't like a bigger sport. Like, if you've never seen like professional frisbee, that stuff is so cool.
So
like,
satisfying when it lands in their
they
hands.
chuck it across the entire field with one backhand. Like, oh, it's so clean.
Crazy.
I've always wanted to do like, I mean, I'm decent at frisbee. It's also just because kind of like PE class. Like PE, I was surprised when coming into our school. Our PE class was very like diverse. Like we did excluding freshman year, because freshman year we did volleyball for like half of the year. Our teacher was a bit lazy, Mr. Grant. You guys didn't do PE because HSA, but like Mr. Grant, Darren, right? Mr. Grant was kind of lazy. He made us just do volleyball for like half of the year.
It mainly consisted of walking and playing basketball.
Oh yeah,
we
also walked. If you guys know the hill, there's the hill on the left side near the baseball court. You know that hill, that road that when you walk up, you turn right. Yeah. We walked up and down that like 3 times every PE period, like every week or so.
He didn't even make you run. You just walked.
No,
you were just
to run. Like every now and then, like these sweaty people who would like run it for no reason. Yeah,
don't know cool kids.
But like it was fun though, because we actually got to like swim in the pools for PE. Like they actually made us like swimming.
How's like swimming, but like in terms of PE instead of like a competitive sport? Like, can you elaborate on like your experiences?
I mean, okay, well they kind of they made us do like actual workout. Like we didn't really get to we actually did like laps and stuff, and like well, of course, like people who didn't know how to swim, they like taught them in the side lanes, but like we did like laps and stuff, and then like later near like the end of the week, because we only did it for like a week or two, nearing the end of the week they're like, okay, you guys can just do whatever you want, and then they just gave us like a bunch of stuff and we just chilled in the pool. So that was fun. Right. But like I just never thought I'd see myself for PE class go into like the pool, and then next class go to like another class after going into the pool. Like I don't know, I just found that super weird.
Just curious, was there anybody in a Speedo during that class?
Okay, there was gonna be shout out to Ethan Sessler. He was gonna wear a Speedo, but he didn't, unfortunately. Or fortunately.
I heard
what is it?
I heard only swim people could like wear the Speedos.
Only swim people could wear Speedos. Yeah.
But like everyone else who wasn't in the swim team, they couldn't wear Speedos.
Yeah.
What is it? On the topic of Ethan Sessler. Ethan Sessler actually used to be on the swim team with us, and what is it? I remember after one of our meets, right?
Jen barbecue.
Yeah. So the thing is that after one of our meets, it was a big meet. We decided, hey, why don't we go out to eat to celebrate? So our group, including Ethan, Kyle, Angkor, May, we all went to Jen, Korean barbecue. And what is it? While we were eating, like, we were talking, we were having a good time. But then, what is it? During that day, I don't know why, but there were so many birthdays. There were like 3. So we all had the great idea to say like, not that, but then
we'll tell the wait. Basically, we were like, oh, let's tell the waiters that it's Ethan Sessler's birthday.
And we did that. We did that without Ethan knowing, and they're like, all right, we'll do that. And then the guys, the waiter came with like a pile of pineapples, got like a lighter, and then we all sang happy birthday to Ethan. It wasn't his birthday.
Did you guys get free dessert?
Huh? Yeah,
pineapple was the
dessert. We got
dessert.
free pineapple.
It was the pineapple.
Damn.
Hey, pineapple's good, alright?
Why don't we do that more often when we go out? I don't understand. We should do that every time we go out.
Dude, oh my god, dude, Swim was so fun. I miss it.
God. Remember the time where Angkor had his blood drawn during the blood drive?
Oh, yo, Angkor, you wanna tell us?
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah, Kyle. Swim during the husky meet, and then like You can continue the story, Angkor.
Okay, so basically, like, it was the day, like, that day we had a blood drive, right? And I said, you know what, might as well be generous and donate like a bag of blood. I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then I forgot. It didn't hit me until like as I was getting it drawn that we had to meet the same day. And I can't just back out the same day of a meet. I have to tell the coaches ahead of time. So I pull up. I don't tell the coaches because they definitely wouldn't let me swim, right? I'm in the warm-up pool. I'm warming up, right? Man, I'm starting to feel dizzy. Mid warm-up. I was like, all right, I'll swim slow. Let it rest out, right? I'll let it go. And then it's my time to swim. I'm on the stuff. I'm ready. I feel so out of it while I'm on the block. It was another type of experience.
You were swimming the 100 breaststroke too.
Yeah, it
100
was
breaststroke?
100 breaststroke. It was a new type of event for me. That takes a lot of breathing. That one.
Did you lose?
No.
No, he did very well that
I
race.
did very well.
He got like third or fourth place. He did very well.
Like out of seven people, it's wild.
Yeah, against like
especially
8
that being like
people.
one of my
is-
first times like swimming that event. Like I was new to that event, and I was like, that was pretty good, despite having my blood drawn.
I hope you realize that's really dangerous. You could have like drowned.
No, he could have died.
Yeah,
He could have drowned. He could have died.
Yeah, that's really. I don't know why. That was
Imagine
Oh
if you
my
had enough blood, bro. You would have got first place.
Wait,
I gotta stay to the bag.
out of everyone here, excluding Darren, everyone else volunteered for the blood drive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
I didn't volunteer.
one of the
Kyle,
thing is
did you?
one of the thing is
No.
that oh yeah, all of us are in this thing called HSA Health Science Academy. I think we went over that a little bit in the last episode. So Health Science Academy is just preparing students who are interested in the medical field. So one of the volunteer opportunities we have is a blood drive. It's exactly how it sounds. We help students in our school get their blood taken out by professionals. Of course, we don't do it. That's bad. Yeah, that was one of the things we did. Do you guys remember anything about that or have anything?
All I remember is we had to wake up like super.
So-
We had to get ready at like 5.
Oh, yo, Safi, you and I went to McDonald's that morning.
We
Yeah,
all did.
lied.
Aaron,
yeah,
we all did.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
The best
Yo,
part of it is missing
Kyle,
all
wait.
the school, all the
Yeah.
periods there.
Kyle.
Oh yeah, we got like a free day.
Aaron, remember when Angkor was getting his blood drawn and Serenity was holding his hand?
Yo, remember
Yes.
when he was getting his blood drawn and Mr. Morales was holding
I even
his
have
hand?
Mr. Morales. And I was like,
Okay,
Mr. Morales.
yeah. So basically, how the blood drive works though is we had to get up like super. We had to get to school at like 5 a.m. It was still dark out. We had to set up like the tables. We had to set up all the stuff, and then we had like small breaks. So then we went to McDonald's after ate breakfast. We were chilling. But basically, we got to skip basically our first 3 periods. Yeah.
No, we skipped we skipped the whole day. We skipped the whole day.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. But we skipped basically like all of our classes, so we got an entire free day. But so there was 3 jobs, 3 jobs. There was basically the people who worked like the front desk signing people in. There was things called runners where they would give you a slip with a person's name on it and their class in that period, and then you'd run out into their class, knock on the door, be like, "Hey, can I get so and so for the blood draw?" You escort them, like carry their bag for them because when you get your blood drawn, you're weak. Like you're more susceptible to being dizzy, and then you like bring them to the blood drive and escort them back to class. And then there was also people called like I don't know what they're called, like hand holders or something. I don't know.
No, I think it was called that.
Yeah, they kind of just chilled with the people getting their blood drawn. You have to kind of like hold their hand. It's not in the weird way, but like I don't know. How do you explain it? Like
It's like what is it? Wonder. Yeah, you're essentially being used as a stress ball because they're intimidated and they're getting their blood taken out. It's uncomfortable, so you're just there, just holding their hand, just making sure that
be a homie.
yeah, being a homie. Oh shoot.
There was this one person. I don't want to name names, but they were a hand holder, but they would only hold hands for females. So so they were like okay, this sounds really weird, but like they were just like I don't know. They just wanted to only do it for females because they were uncomfortable for doing it for male. I don't know. It's just I find that interesting. Yeah. Do you guys have any stories from like HSA, like field trips?
We
classes.
do.
Oh,
We do.
I have a pretty defining moment in our freshman year when boys became men.
Let's hear it.
I don't think you weren't in our class period, but like
No, we weren't.
Angkor and I would have like our own group in the back left corner of Morales' class, like towards
Wait,
like the
wait,
storage closet.
wait. You said boys to men. What is this? Where's this going?
I'll tell you.
Where's this going? Okay.
But like we have our own group in the back, like towards Morales' storage room, where he keeps his door open like 24/7, and like. This is the part where boys became men, but like this one day.
Appropriate?
No, yes, it's school appropriate, but like this one random moment, like we look back there, and like in the corner of our eye, like behind the door, we just see like a family of mice just like vibing there.
Oh my.
Yeah. So what did you do?
I remember Angkor and I were going crazy. And you remember that meme like going around back then, like, oh, it's a rat. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
We were like doing that dance for like a good like 15 minutes, and then I remember one of our friends like ran outside and she was like FaceTiming us. Like she was walking around the mods area and she was like, guys, is it done yet? Like, did you guys get the mouse already? It's like
He was gone.
Weakling.
But why boys became men?
Yeah.
So you didn't do anything. You just danced when you saw
we
a pack
danced
of
around
mice.
the mice.
We danced.
I thought you got like a broom and like
There's nothing
got
you
them
can't
out.
do though. What the heck are you gonna do?
I would
I
love
don't know.
to
Like,
get
get a
with the
broom.
Give
broom.
it cheese, bro.
Bah.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah. We don't condone animal
Befriended.
violence here. We don't condone animal
I
violence.
befriend the mice.
Yeah.
They befriended them.
Yo, Aaron,
we
you
gave,
remember when
we gave
Mr.
them
Morales got
miles.
when you got
What was that?
mad?
What was that?
Remember when Mr. Morales got really mad when that student cut this girl's
Oh
hair
yeah,
in class?
this is another thing that happened in HSA. Safi and I were probably just doing work or just talking, but then what is it? In the back, there's this female, right? And she was talking to this dude, but then the dude, but then she asked the dude, "Yo, what is it? You want to cut my hair?" It didn't go like that, but then they talked about it, and what is it? She got the guy to cut her hair, but then so the guy did that. He cut off like a small piece of the female's hair, but then our teacher saw that, or he heard it from someone else, so he got mad at the dude, not knowing the context. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that in the first place, but then nothing happened to the girl. Nothing happened to the girl. She just.
But he starts yelling so loud. I've never seen this mad. Mr. Morales
so-
is the most chillest dude. He doesn't care what you do.
Yeah, Mr. Morales is so
Dude,
chill.
he was enforcing, dude, don't disrespect woman.
He yelled like, "Go to the
Dude,
office
yo,
right now." I've
represent.
never seen him this mad.
Yeah,
Everyone was
Speaking of chill, Angkor, you should tell them about our Jamaican music jam session.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's
Jamaican.
pretty fresh. So back in HSA freshman year, you know, we're not doing that. We're just vibing around in the back of the class. You know, me, Kyle, and another friend, we feel like, hey, let's play some music. And then we played. I put on some Jamaican tunes, you know, put them on. We started walking around, doing our little dance around the whole class. Maybe like a couple, 3 or 4 laps. You know, just vibing around, playing music on our phones out loud. It's pretty nice.
That's it.
That's it.
amazing. That's a
That's
good
it?
start.
What did Mr. Morales
Dude,
do?
all of these
Mr.
stories
Morales
end so
would say
suddenly.
No,
That's
Mr.
it.
Morales didn't care.
Yeah,
Just letting you
we
guys
walked
walk around.
behind him. We walked behind him too. And we just,
Like,
you know, just
like
walked-
Mr. Morales is so chill. Like I remember this one time, Logan, or our friend Logan, right? I'm sure he wouldn't mind us calling him out for this because he doesn't really care. But like like he had like soccer practice in one day, so he had like his soccer shorts underneath. So like he pulled down his pants and he just had his thighs exposed. And then he was doing some Millie rocks and slapping his thighs. And then Mr. Morales is like, Mr. Morales, well, you know how we have like our warm-ups and he comes around and stamps like our papers.
Oh yeah.
Stamped his thighs.
So Logan was like doing his Millie rocks and he slaps his thigh like so hard, creates like this big red mark. And Morales like comes over and stamps Logan's paper. He's like, "What are you like the A word for butt? Like butt hats doing?"
Right.
That was pretty chill. Okay. Well, we were all in fourth period task now, except for Safi. I'm sorry, Safi. You were
I'm
second.
sorry,
He was the second period, but me, Aaron, Kyle, Darren, and Angkor, we were on fourth period. I honestly really like that class. I don't
Oh,
like.
well, I loved
I
it.
disliked Miss Asnot's class. She hated me, dude.
Okay, well, okay,
Absolutely.
Safi, but you you went out of your way to argue with her.
I did not. She picked me because she knew my sister was better than me. And she was like, "What is this handwriting? What is this work?" And like, I did all my work, bro. I don't know why she was judging me. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Everybody was finesse the stamp.
Yeah,
window.
okay. Maybe it was just me, but like I really enjoyed the class. Like, okay,
I hated that.
I don't know.
class.
Everyone said that I kissed up to Miss Tasnot, but like,
This
I
is
don't
true.
know.
This is very true.
I didn't.
Very
I didn't.
true.
She just
Very
liked me a lot.
true.
Oh,
She called
you-
me the best student.
Jeez.
Like, sorry, Kyle.
y'all remember that because I think it was me, Angkor, and Darren. We were like in the very back right corner, like we were on the same table. And I remember I used to go through Darren's bag when he wasn't looking. And like
Oh yeah, I remember one time someone took like a bunch of stuff from my bag, and I was like, "Wait, what's this stuff?"
remember that.
I remember my
remember
coins
that-
were gone too. I was like, "Where are my coins?" And then I heard
Remember
Kyle
that
had that, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
that million Santa dollar bill, and we were just blaming him for it that entire period.
Huh?
He had like $1 million bill, and it had like Santa on it.
Oh my.
I don't,
Darren?
I don't think
Yeah.
that one was my bag.
Why do you have
I
that
think that was
on you, bro? Come on.
No, I had like I had like a bunch of receipts in my bag though at one point.
Oh, I remember that what would happen a lot in that class though is someone would take someone's phone like
Oh,
as a
yeah.
joke, and we'd pass it
Oh.
from like one end of the
Oh
class,
my
like all the way on the
God.
left side from the top, and we'd all the way somehow it managed all the way back to our corner. We sat in the back right corner, and we got someone's phone from like the top left. Like I don't know how we got it, but we'd always get their phone and somehow end to us, and we just like I don't know. Kyle and I was like,
All right.
Yeah,
I think
I was usually it was either me or Angkor that'd be hiding the phones.
Sometimes
Alright.
Nicholas would get it. He's like all the way across the classroom.
Yeah.
I get so confused. And Nicholas was like, I don't have it.
all right. I think we're running out of time. Is there one more story you guys want to share before we end things off? Anyone? Hello?
Hello? Yeah.
Oh, all right. So, all right. If you guys got nothing else to say, I think we could just end it here. All right. So, thank you all so much for coming to today's episode. Thanks so much for coming and listening to today's episode. Thank you so much, Kyle and Angkor, for being our guest speakers for today.
You're welcome. You're welcome,
So,
sir. Anytime.
all right. So, before we end this off, I want to let all of you know that the Yellow Fellows podcast is partnered with the Bark Podcasting Network at Chino Hills, which is a student-run organization of podcasters. Again, at Chino Hills High School. You should check out their network. You should check their network out at chhspodcast.wixsite.com/thebark. And if you go to that website, you can access a lot of various podcasts that go for stuff like debate, or there are scripts that they read out. And yeah, there are a lot of there's a lot of good content in that website. So be sure to check it out. So again, thank you so much for coming to today's episode, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Peace out.